Welcome back, my loyal subjects, to more Persona 5 Royal Pharaoh Fiasco here. Last episode, we beat Kaneshiro. And I was hoping we'd be able to do that puzzle. I did not think as much about it as I was intending to. Turns out that work definitely does take most of your attention away, but we're going to re-up on our lockpicks. Yeah. So we can have that done and not need to worry about it going forward. And plus it's something that we can do. Oh, wow. 5 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something that we're going to be able to do or not have to worry about going into the future, basically.
Nice.
Oh, good stuff, dude. But yes, the only thing left to do is while away the next 2 weeks as free as can be. Making sure to occasionally hit that square button.
That Kaneshiro truly was an evil stain on society.
Completely agreed.
Same with Kamoshida and Madarame too. They hurt and exploited others just to satisfy their desires.
And you better believe we weren't about to let that stand.
Still, there were people around them who noticed their terrible deeds, weren't there?
I mean, well, Madarame, we have no idea what was going on with them, but the school was benefiting from Kamoshida, and I guess the parents were okay with the prestige that it brought to their abused teenage children, okay? And Kaneshiro, if you could make your quotas, I'm sure it was good going.
I wonder why they turned a blind eye. Why doesn't anyone help?
And they're too scared.
So it's because they don't have the courage.
Yep.
Humans are so weak. Humans. Hey, do you think I'll really be able to become a human?
Sure.
When I touched the treasure, some memories came back. I tried to force myself to forget, but
What kind of memories?
I really may not be human.
There, Morgana. You finally figured out what everybody else already knew, but okay. I'm sure you are. See, Koza's a nice guy.
Talk about a lukewarm response.
What?
Now that I think about it, I gotta be human. I am the core of the Phantom Thieves, after all.
The core of the Phantom Thieves, he says. Okay, Morgana. Okay. I feel like my bond with Morgana. Okay, well. We did rank up right before we got to Kaneshiro's thing, so. Pickpocket. Chance to obtain an item when Joker performs a melee attack. Ooh.
All right.
Come on, it's not good for you to stay up this late. Let's go to sleep.
Alright. Don't have to tell us a second time. Ooh. And even after the fusion alarms, looks like Igor's got something else to say to us. That was it's a welcome addition, even though you only get the 2 before they kick us out, but I'm sure we'll get more chances to fuse as we rank up or something.
Our master wishes to speak with you. Heed his words.
Sure will.
You've defeated the repulsive fiend of gluttony this time. Well done. I am glad to see you have devoted yourself to your rehabilitation.
You are not worthy of such kind words, inmate. I suggest you treasure them.
Do you recall the whispers about that strange man?
Yeah, Kaneshiro and Madarame hinted at something weird going on with another metaverse user. The other metaverse user?
Even a chicken could remember something that important. Don't sound so cocky about it.
Oh, we just answered the question, Caroline. Jeez. What's with the bullying?
This is about the cases of those people who shut down, is it not?
It is so.
Indeed, I speak of another with powers similar to yours. If you are to complete your rehabilitation, you may encounter him eventually.
Him. It's very weird that, because you know how they like to talk about them and they when it's basically almost always a woman or almost always a guy, but all right, well, just gonna call him him.
Yet another thing for me to look forward to.
I'm glad
It would be greatly troubling if you were to not strengthen your abilities.
I'm glad Igor is enjoying spectating like this.
I shall grant you an ability befitting of your newfound growth. Consider it a gift.
Okay. Our bond with Igor is growing stronger. High Arcana burst. Nice.
All right.
It's time, inmate.
Return to your world.
Sure will. So now our fusion alarms are going to be even better. It seems like you get them when you just grind a whole lot. At least I feel like that's what triggers them. And they do say so.
Hello? It's me, Makoto. Were you sleeping?
How early must it be? We've got school today, don't we? But yeah, they say as much basically. No, it's let's say I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's something I feel I should let you know. Kaneshiro contacted me.
Oh, he did.
Kaneshiro? He said he's calling off our debt. It seems he's disposed of all the photographs as well.
Seems he's had a pretty quick change of heart. What, it's been like 2 days since he was threatening us?
And, my sister and her team have taken him into custody.
Oh, crap, dude. Sai works quick.
What? It appears they did not want him to disappear, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. They tend to get a little suicidal after we work our magic. By which I mean brainwashing, but let's just call it working our magic for right now.
His group was called a mafia after all. I wouldn't put silencing him past them.
Oh yeah, he might have committed suicide with 2 bullets to the back of the head if you catch my drift.
Does this mean we were successful in changing his heart?
Well, we'll see.
It's hard to say for sure yet. I see. What about those psychotic breakdowns that Kaneshiro mentioned? I'm not sure, but I assume he was talking about the incidents that have been all over the news lately. It really may be related to the other person who has been entering palaces.
I mean, it's gotta be. There's basically nothing else it could be.
True. That said, all we can do now is wait until Kaneshiro's change of heart becomes clear to us. Thank you.
You are welcome, Makoto. Though we were definitely also embroiled in this.
Morning. Hey.
About Kaneshiro's treasure. Ain't it kinda disappointing? I thought the bank would have bathtubs full of bathtubs full of cash or gold bars, you know? But a briefcase? Ugh. I wish there was some place I could find a bunch of cash. What about mementos?
Oh,
Mementos, huh? I guess I could get some cash out of it. I can't keep dreaming about it though, so you better come with me and get some exercise in. We might as well hit up mementos. We've got a whole bunch of requests piled up. Shouldn't be too dangerous. In fact, it shouldn't be dangerous at all. We're pretty strong, and the mementos baddies are pretty crap. I think you may know this already, but I've been ordered by Principal Kobayakawa to look for the culprits. And we should work on An's Confidant too. Is he on to us? We seem to be fine for now, but we can't let our guard down. I ask that you try not to stand out for a while. By the way, I usually spend my time in the student council room. If there's ever an emergency, feel free to come find me there. Alright, and we also need to hit up Yusuke. Alright, so An wants to hang. Who should I spend my time with? I think the underground walkway, it's either Yusuke or An here. Nope, it's Yusuke. Come on. Persona. We've got Setanta and Eligor. All we have to do now is wait. What a nerve-wracking time.
By the way.
Meanwhile, I'm here to observe the public in an attempt to refresh my mind. Do you need something? I came to see you. You must have a wealth of free time if that is your decision.
May I get a word in?
This may be a good opportunity to deepen my bond with Yusuke. Yeah, we're gonna start Yusuke's and Makoto's. Koza, do you have time? Let's talk.
Yes.
Do you remember how I mentioned my need to understand the heart? Well, I am having a hard time grasping it. How will I be able to reach the truth of pure beauty? Koza, what should I paint to capture the contents of the heart? Let's... Mementos? Ah, I see! Mementos! The desire that emanates from that place is the root of humanity! Incredible! You honestly have a unique perspective on things.
Okay.
With that destination in mind, let us make haste. Go ahead and get a little bit of exercise in, just the two of us.
Oh.
This distorted realm, teeming with the shadows, the physical embodiment of the desires of the human heart. The same thing which brought forth the beauty of the Sayuri can also create such morbid fabrications. But I actually find that aspect to be quite fascinating. The heart is akin to an abyss. Now, regarding the source of my slump, I actually have an idea. In that other dimension, I saw the perversion of Madame's heart. At that moment, the art realm I had so much faith in was distorted by greed and unchecked desires. That is when the true ugliness of the world became clear to me. And from that point forward, my brush has been stayed by crippling hesitation. Does pure beauty truly exist? And if so, can hands tainted by Madame's depravity capture it? Considering such intense questions only serve to distance me from reality. Doubt filled my mind. I struggled to find a reason to move my brush again. And honestly, I still have yet to discover a suitable answer.
What is the matter?
Have you been overcome by an urge to paint? Give me your brush. Please, do not rush me. I only need a little more time. The lingering uncertainty present in this place seems to be sharpening my senses. I feel a revelation approaching. Yes. Inspiration has struck. That must be it. Such brilliant composition. My heart races. Ooh. How inelegant. You wish to carry out your distorted will, foolish shadow?
Let's go.
I shall cut you down for interrupting my work. And just a simple shadow battle.
Persona!
And then these things, they are weak to fire and wind. Alright, well. It's not like we really have to worry about going in. And we got wind bloodline, so.
Persona!
We should really hit up darts again.
It's time. Go down.
Because Makoto, Yusuke, and Morgana, we need them to be recovering SP when we baton pass.
Let's go. Go down.
So much good stuff. Like, they put so many bells and whistles into this, it'd be difficult going back to the vanilla version of this game. Like, you wouldn't really want to. Who thought a game as polished as Persona 5 could have even more that it could be added to it to make it even sharper experience? Like, I'm talking it up and we're still in the mid-game, but still, feels nice.
It seems I've become too passionate.
Nah, that was the right amount of passion.
I'm glad you were here. You have my thanks.
Oh, crap.
You're like Theo.
Theo? You caught me. Once I
worry that you may not get what I mean. It was a figure of speech.
Alright.
I was referring to Van Gogh's brother, Theo.
Oh. Van Gogh's brother. I feel bad because he definitely had this exact same conversation with us 4 years ago, but I've forgotten all about Theo Van Gogh or whatever.
Van Gogh did not achieve fame in his lifetime, but found an admirer and supporter in his brother.
Aw. He's saying we're like brothers. So, thanks.
Well, there aren't many who are willing to deal with my eccentricity. By the way, what's in your hand? A card?
Yes, actually. It's the blank card the shadow dropped.
Whenever I see blank paper, I have the urge to draw something on it.
I know exactly what you mean, Yusuke. Whenever I see blank paper, I have the urge to write something.
May I? Impossible. Good. What?
You know, this is mysterious.
A satisfactory result.
Better be something good.
Oh, what do you think? Not bad, wouldn't you say? Soon enough, my slump will be a thing of...
Ooh. Recarm.
My picture turned into a real skill card?
That's an amazing power.
Indeed. Would you mind helping me further?
Of course, dude, especially if you keep churning those bad boys out.
If I can overcome the slump, I should be able to aid our group like earlier. Perhaps even more so. I know. Why don't we act as the thieves we are and strike a deal?
I'm counting on you.
Yes, you can rely on me.
I can sense Yusuke's trust in me. And here comes Sae, ready to throw the book at us. It was just a painting, Sae. We weren't even counterfeiting. Not really. Well, I guess in a sense. You could call it that.
Multiple cards were discovered among your belongings, replicas of the same design. I don't have a clue how these cards were used, but someone proficient in the arts was close to you. What were you having this person do?
Jeez, dude. Literally everything we have and everything we did was under a microscope. Sai is like, I don't know what was up with this, but those
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Emperor Persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
She was like, these cards, suspicious. The artist, suspicious. Allows Yusuke to duplicate skill cards.
All right.
Well, getting his Confidant started, duplication, you can now ask Yusuke to use his duplication ability to make you copies of skill cards. To copy a skill card, give Yusuke a blank card and the card you want to copy. Both cards will be available for you to pick up the next day. The blank card will be transformed to create the new skill card. Yusuke will return both the new and original cards to you. Blank cards can be attained from search objects and mementos. Try to find as many as you can. We can do that.
We've done enough for today. I've completed a rough sketch. I'll finish this back at the dorm. I'll contact you once it's done.
Alright, well. Go ahead and be done with him. At least for today. But dang, I feel like we were really late.
I'm in your debt.
For getting Yusuke's done. Thank you for all your assistance today. You helped me discover some truly wonderful inspiration. I must say, I never expected my art skills would ever prove useful for the Phantom Thieves. I have to hold up my end of the deal, so I'll perform to the best of my ability. You need only ask. Thanks, or I'll be asking a lot.
It's my turn.
Indeed? Then you can count on me. My brush is yours to command. Now, we should be heading back. I have to apply the finishing touches as soon as possible. For the first time in a long while, my brush will dance again.
See you.
Alright, even though he created a perfectly usable Recarm right then and there, but I guess pursuing beauty also requires trying to achieve perfection.
Inmate.
Oh, I trust you haven't forgotten about your special assignment. We will be waiting in front of our door. We expect you to accept this task with enthusiasm. Okay, so they're ready to hang out too. Oh, dang. 2 calls. Hey, you see the article? What kind? Or let's just say no. It's an interview with some kid from school. Boy M tells all. Rampant abuse in the Kamoshida case. Ah. Okay, so Mishima fessed up. That's what it said. It's mostly about the physical punishment. You think that this boy M is Mishima? It's gotta be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. But who else has an M name and was getting abused by Kamoshida? Again? Alright. Now it should cooperate. It's probably fine to leave him be. He ain't doing us any harm. See you later.
That article. Do you think the reporter we met at Crossroads could have written it?
Oh, for sure. I should check the article Ryuji mentioned.
Just as I thought. The author is listed as Ichiko Oya. I see. This article might end up being useful for us.
Definitely gonna be able to get our name out there. True.
If the palace ruler sees it and his cognition of the Phantom Thieves changes...
It's a little late for that, don't you think?
Hey, we'd be missing out if we didn't use this to our advantage. If we have her paint us in a positive light, public opinion of us will change for the better. You should go try and get her to write some more articles about the Phantom Thieves.
Alright, so we've got another IM. And our challenge still hasn't shown back up. But we are going to hit up the Velvet Room.
What are you gonna do today?
Alright, time to name the location. Justine, you do the honors.
Now,
Listen closely. The place we wish to evaluate for your rehabilitation is one that many young people are said to visit. Here, one has the opportunity to view the fantasies of humans. The theater? We hear there are a variety of fantasies available for perusal there, and all outside of a palace. How strange. Yes, these fantasies. They are the cognitions of others given form. They will undoubtedly support your efforts. Does such a location sound familiar to you? Well, if you know where it is, then escort us there immediately. It could be the movie theater over in Shibuya.
What'll you do?
You mean the movie theater?
Oh.
The what? The moving theater? Is this place cursed to wander the land or something?
guide me, inmate.
We shall confirm our intel for ourselves. Lead the way. Go ahead and see what we got here. Yep.
Not bad for an inmate.
That was rather enjoyable, inmate. We won't underestimate the human imagination again. You may claim to have enjoyed yourself, but your screams told quite a different story to anyone who could hear. And it's no wonder how everyone mistakes us for elementary school students.
Shut up!
It was only because of that thing jumping out at my face! And you were just as scared, Justine! It certainly was startling. The eyes and nose seemed to stretch out right at me. So they saw a 3D horror movie? And it all began the moment I donned those black glasses. What exactly were those that we wore? 3D glasses. A persona? Let's not mess with them too much. Oh, so there was some sort of trick to the glasses? But your own glasses are just normal ones, right? Your own attention wasn't wandering while we were caught up in the movie, was it? Why is it that humans even create such large and elaborate fabrications in the first place, though? Isn't the imagining of these things satisfying enough? Even dreaming seems like a superior pastime. Why do humans go so far as to spend their money just to witness fictional events? To escape reality. So they wish to avert their eyes from the world they live in? What an unsettling answer. Escape, you say? That sounds rather human as well.
Don't tell me.
You wouldn't happen to be plotting an escape of your own, would you, inmate? No matter how much you might rail against it, you shall remain our inmate. Even the very thought of such a foolish endeavor is pointless for you. Or could that line of thinking be yet another avenue of escaping reality? What a pathetic fantasy! I'll bet you were thinking of blasting away the cell door, weren't you? Don't even consider such crassness, Caroline. If you were to attempt such a blatant jailbreak, either our master or ourselves would notice immediately. Oh? And how would you do it, Justine? I would use a spoon to dig a hole through the wall and conceal it with a poster of some distractive image. Blowing open the cell door seems more impactful. They used that plan in one of the movie previews, correct? They wielded a bazooka and went about blowing everything up! And any recaptured escapee is executed on the spot. Freedom or death are the only options for an inmate on the lam. Sounds like they were really into the movies. Suspense and excitement are necessary elements of any escape. Did you learn nothing from the movie, Caroline? Or were you simply enjoying yourself?
What?
Shut up! The inmate will settle this for us. Hey, tell us how you'd try to escape. Would you blast the door or use a spoon? I'm not going anywhere. That is not the answer we are looking for at the moment. It doesn't matter either. You can't escape us, no matter how sound you think your plan is. Yeah, they had a lot of fun. There's no harm in allowing yourself to fantasize a little bit, every now and then. Indeed, today we learned more about the power of human imagination. No wonder such vile palaces plague humanity. You're
Don't
here.
fall behind.
You're hereby free to fantasize, but keep it in check, inmate. Your job is to focus on your rehabilitation. That being said, here is your reward. Frey. And Sai. Okay, that makes it a little better.
Now, let us return.
I believe that will be all for today. It is time to return. I escorted the twins back to the Velvet Room. And we still need to fuse that Floros with Tarukaja up. And from here, what I sketched. Should we have hung out with Makoto? Nope, she's still available. Hold on. Persones. And Makoto was... What the heck is her? She's priestess. Okay. And we've got Isis.
Hey,
That said, all we can do now is wait until Kaneshiro's change of heart becomes clear to us. Do you need something on the 3rd floor? Have you come to study in the library, perhaps? I came to see you.
do you have a minute?
It seems your studies have paid off. Have you been working hard? Okay, so she's knowledge gated. Well, I'm not even gonna pretend that I didn't completely forget that, but all that knowledge that we were studying paid off. It seems I have enough knowledge to invite Makoto out. This may be a good opportunity to deepen my bond with her. There's something I want to ask you, if it doesn't get in the way of your studies, that is. I can lend an ear.
Thank you very much.
Now then, let's find somewhere better to talk. The courtyard should do. How's your day going, Makoto?
I'd like to talk to you about something. Do you have a moment?
We sure do. Come to think, it's crazy, like, as recently as 4 days ago, we were bitter enemies. 4 or 5 days ago.
Up until now, I've been the quintessential honor student. I believe I've been handling my position as student council president with ease as well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any major hiccups, especially when they keep piling impossible tasks on your shoulder.
And I don't mean that in a boasting way, that's simply how I've thought about it.
It's true.
But in the end, I was unable to make any kind of impact with either Suzui-san or Kaneshiro. Turns out there's no use for a rule-abiding honor student when things get rough. Now that I'm a member of this team, I want to do everything I can to help you all. All my studying up to this point has kept me quite narrow-minded. I think I will need to broaden my horizons somewhat.
Way to go, advisor.
Advisor? All right.
Okay, so we're probably gonna start working on our charm to make sure that we can do the same thing with a certain someone when it becomes time.
My first step will be to learn more about the other students. But I struggle with that. There seems to be a disparity between my tastes and those of my peers.
I'm sure a lot of people think fighting is cool, and you can fight pretty well with that Aikido of yours. That's not true.
Really? I hope you're right. But I don't even know where people like to go for fun. It would be nice to have a grasp of such concepts. Plus, the student council must be responsible for understanding the student body they serve, right? I don't mean that in a surveillance way, I just want to know them as people. I may be a phantom thief, but that's no excuse for me to start ignoring my presidential duties. Now, back to the topic at hand. Where do people usually go for fun?
People... All three of these are pretty good options. Karaoke, though.
Karaoke, hmm? My friends have taken me there a few times. If possible, I'd like to go somewhere I'm a little less familiar with. How about an arcade? I've never actually been to one.
Alright, well, why not? We probably have a couple yen we can spare.
Do you think you could take me?
Sure thing.
I'm not sure if it'll broaden my horizons per se, but simply studying won't get me anywhere.
Let's go now.
Thank goodness. I think I would have been totally lost in there had I gone by myself.
Normally
Well, let's get going.
I'd be kind of tempted to make fun of her, but I'm sure if you've never ever stepped foot in an arcade before, you probably would be a little lost. Just the teensiest bit.
So this is where everyone comes to enjoy themselves.
Oh yeah.
There are more girls here than I expected. Hey, over there! You play by aiming the gun at the screen, right? That actually seems somewhat realistic.
Definitely some of the best games in arcades, hands down. It'll be an experience.
If it's okay with you, do you think you could teach me?
Sure thing.
I did it! No way!
Makoto's loud play is garnering quite a bit of attention. She seems to be too engrossed in the game to even notice, though.
Oh, so this is how it is.
Fun, right? You're a real gamer.
Of course, that was just a game, but I wonder if I could apply some of the techniques I learned here during battle.
Oh, if you figure something out, do be sure to share them with your old pal Koza Hibiya. That might just work.
Perhaps going somewhere I don't normally frequent is what helped me come up with that idea. You know, it may only be a little bit, but I think I'm starting to understand how people pass time.
There you go, Makoto.
Interesting. I would have never even thought about coming here before.
That was a new side of you.
Hey, do you think you could help me out again later?
Of course.
I might be able to give the team more ideas if I can gain increased knowledge outside of my studies.
I look forward to it.
I need to live up to your expectations now that I've taken up your time. Perhaps it won't be immediately, but I'm sure I can be of use.
Right now, just starting off with that rank 1 priestess confidant is good enough for us. I can sense a strong resolve from Makoto. Sai is gonna be like, you went to the arcade once? Who was it with? What were you doing? Everybody knows that the arcade is a nest of scum and villainy.
There must have been people who obstructed your actions as the Phantom Thieves. You managed to overcome them because you had someone who specialized in analyzing enemies.
It should have been Hifumi. They can't keep you away from us, Hifumi.
Isn't that right?
It should have been you.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Priestess Persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
We gotta get Yusuke to like rank 4 or something before we can get to Hifumi. Shadow Calculus allows you to see skills and potential item drops on the analysis screen.
All right.
Yeah, because she's a Kosei High School student too.
By the way, you went to the red light district when you were chasing after Kaneshiro, right?
Oh yeah, and Ryuji awakened to a whole new type of persona.
I'd like to go there as well. No, not for my own purposes. To tell you the truth, I recently got a report that one of our students was spotted there.
And has to investigate. Honestly, you just couldn't do that in like an American setting because first of all, the student council wouldn't care. And even if someone on the student council did care, whoever the student was would just tell them to buzz all the way off.
I'm skeptical, but I'd like to confirm firsthand for myself.
Like, that's too much.
Well, it's getting late. Let's go home.
Sure thing. It's way too much effort to be putting into other people's lives.
Thank you.
Thanks for setting aside some time for me today. It's always hard for me to come to places like this on my own, so you've been a big help. I've had all kinds of new experiences today, and it's even been a little fun. Let's go again sometime.
Yes.
Good idea. After all, there's clearly plenty more I can learn there. But before that, we should go to the red light district like we discussed before. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to keep you. Careful on your way home. I'll call you later.
All right then.
And even though we massively ate into our cash reserves, we should still have a pretty penny left over.
Ah, you're back.
Hold on. Now I'm worried. Have we started On's thing? We definitely have, haven't we? You know, I've been curious. What's Kosei like? Is it filled with guys like Yusuke? I imagine there are a lot of different people there. Now that you mention it, I have one very interesting classmate. Are we about to unlock Hifumi right now? Well, all right. Ask and ye shall receive. She is a female shogi player, and seemingly quite the skilled one at that. I don't know anything about shogi, but I read this manga that didn't last for too long called Momonofu. Didn't really teach him much about it. It definitely was no Hikaru no Go, but it was pretty interesting. But I still don't know anything about shogi. Are you talking about Hifumi Togo? I remember hearing she's a student at Kosei. They say she's the most beautiful shogi player around right now. Dude, that sounds too good to be true. Give me some more info. I do not know much about her. She is not the kind of person to let others close to her. It sounds like she only focuses on her shogi pursuits. After all, it said she is a lone genius. However, I have heard she is commonly seen at the church over in Kanda. For real? We gotta go! You'll probably get struck down by a bolt of lightning if you're going for that ulterior motive. Trust me, An, it would have killed me a long time ago if that were true. That ain't it. This is for the Phantom Thieves. I mean, shogi's a kind of battle, right? She's gotta know all sorts of insane strategies and stuff. Yeah, Ryuji. It's a reach, but he was able to grab onto his point. That is quite the stretch. Yusuke is like, slow down, Armstrong. Churches are supposed to be holy. Don't do this, Ryuji. Ugh, you guys are gonna pay for this one day. And plus, it's not gonna go ahead and stop us from tempting Kami-sama. Koza, you go spy on her for me. Find out if she's really as cute as they say she is.
Let's ignore that idiot. Anyway, a shogi expert, huh? Striking an enemy with but a moment's inspiration? Skillfully strategizing toward victory? Those might actually be good tactics to know for our work as the Phantom Thieves. You said she's at the church in Kondo, right? We should check it out when you have the time.
Oh, and that unlocked it for us. Good stuff. And I've been telling myself we're definitely going to do the Sun Confidant this time and not leave Toranosuke completely hanging, but Hifumi!
All right.
You can now go to Kanda. And, okay. Whoa! I realize this invitation is rather last minute, so you're free to decline, but I'm thinking of going to play some billiards at one of my old haunts. Oh, we can play with him? Would you care to join me? It'd be a nice chance to talk, if nothing else. And this may be a good opportunity to strengthen my bond with Akechi? You can do that now? Akechi. He's that high school detective. I bet you can learn a lot from him. So what's it going to be? Are you gonna go with Akechi? Let's respond later. We can hang out with him now? His thing isn't completely automated anymore? Hold on.
I should write something.
I mean, we're 100% going to do that. I just want to make sure in case we F it up too badly. Alright. Akechi. Yes, we'll definitely hang out with you, buddy boy. Let's go. Hold on. Because now that we can hang out with him. Yep. Not going to make another mistake like we did with Sojiro. We're actually going to make sure that we've got a corresponding persona. And it's time to get to Fusion. Confidant. Okay, we're at rank 2 with we need a Temperance. I don't know if we need one for Maruki. But we do want to make sure that we've got a Priestess, an Emperor, a Hierophant, Lover's Chariot. All the main ones.
Hey, inmate!
Alright. I wonder, does Caroline have something else she wants to talk to us about? Because she's not both normally standing out there. Let's see if we can fuse a Floros up.
Justine, registration?
Yeah, see, I gotta... Oh, this thing has way more. Alright, well.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We always gotta make sure that we've got the most up-to-date. Except when it will make the persona outrageously expensive to get out. Then we definitely don't want to do that. Alright. Eligor. We can fuse into Principality. Wow. How fortuitous.
I see. A strong persona indeed.
Now we got that high Arcana burst. Let's get that blessed bloodline going. And then we've got the million evades. We want to evade curse. Then we want to evade Nuke and Sai. And I guess we'll also inherit evade bless.
Will it gain new power? I wonder.
Well, we don't really need evade bless on this guy, right? So we want to evade Elect.
Will it gain new power?
Yeah.
I see.
And then welcome to the fold, Principality. I am Principality. Order and discipline come before anything else. Take my mask and let us defend our honor together. Give me that high Arcana burst, Igor. You know what we're here for. Meteorama, golden. And, ooh, too rich for my blood. We can make an Empress. Don't need to, though. Yeah, there's nothing else we can really fuse. We've got our justice. We don't have anything lovers, though. And that's most definitely going to be next. Nope. It is looking like we do want to make Pisaka. If we make Pisaka, and yeah, I know I made Pisaka last episode. I made Pisaka, but we reloaded that save because we fused up something really crappy during the first fusion alarm. So that's why Pisaka is showing up new again, and why we had that Eligor, because that's what we ended up being okay with. Sure. We'll fuse up
Not
Pisaka.
terrible, but not select the skills
And then we'll
you'd
get
like to
some
inherit.
decreases cost of support skills. And we'll have you hang on to that. We'll do Freyla.
It will receive some new power. My.
Alright, and now we've got you back again. This high Arcana burst should work very neatly in our favor. The power of Mamuto. Alright. And then let's dig out... We'll dig out a Lovers. And Hanged Persona, I guess.
Finished for now. You'd like to read the compendium? Read
You.
here.
And we only even need, like, crap ones. Lovers is 6. There we go. We'll get...
You'll withdraw this.
You.
This is your power.
And Hanged. We'll go for... Well, Orthrus isn't that
You'll
much
withdraw
more
this. Is
expensive than
Is this what you
Inugami.
want?
But that is it. Even though we also need a Temperance.
You can hold such rudeness.
All
The
right.
inmate needs our guide.
Let's exit now. Choose.
We got 2 chariots. We need to fuse it away. We need to fuse one of them away. And since we can't make anything
Will
better,
this truly help you?
it won't help us at all,
Select
but
the
it'll
skills
free
you'd
up
like
a
to
spot.
inherit.
Or a spot. Then we've got Evade Fire, Evade Nuke. And we'll do... Bufu.
It will receive. Then let us begin.
And it's only because we need to free up a spot. Actually, I probably could have made something pretty useful rather than fusing up a crap persona with an itemize with an execution. Oh well. There's Tarunda and Firewall. Nice. Alright, so we've freed up a single spot. We also don't need Suiki. We can make Sandman with him. Let's just go with... Let's just leave things as they are right there for now. And we can get a Temperance
Finished,
Persona
Justine.
out.
You read here.
And we'll adjust as needed. We just don't need to right now. Alright, and then we'll go for...
This persona?
Yeah,
You'll
Makami.
withdraw then accept this. You lack patience. Are you finished?
Alright, now... We're confidently set. Still haven't fused
It
Florals
is
up, but
time,
we can...
inmate.
Them, we can basically... Oh, we should also do their thing too, shouldn't we?
What are you gonna do today?
Alright, time to name the location. Justine, you do the honors. Have we built up 2 of these?
Now,
Listen closely. The place we wish to evaluate for your rehabilitation is... where one hones both the body and spirit. So, the bathhouse. Trainees gather there to test and push their limits using various pieces of equipment. Nope, the gym. I had not expected a rehabilitation facility on this side. As wardens, we must see the training for ourselves. Does such a location sound familiar to you? Well, if you know where it is, then escort us there immediately. It could be the gym in Shibuya.
What'll you do?
We will...
I see.
Speak to us again when you wish to hear the details of your special assignment. But do not forget, these special assignments will only be available for a limited time. Alright, so we're going to first save again because what we don't want is to try to come here tomorrow and then for Justine to not be standing outside. That would be all kinds of bad. Even though I'm sure it's not that quick. Yep, now we've got Principality, and we are going to go see Akechi. Sure, thanks. The place is in Kichijoji. I'll send you directions. I guess I'll... Oh yeah, you go somewhere, Morgana. It's gonna be bro time with the Ak.
That is good to hear.
I found myself with some free time, so I was hoping to find someone to play against. You always seem so busy. Well, I wouldn't say I'm unoccupied, but I'm not busy all the time either. If anything, it's my policy to spend my spare time in meaningful ways. Now, let's play a game. You've played pool before, correct? Akechi. Uh-oh. A break ace. Is that good? I don't know what that is. Is that, or let's you gotta fake it till you make it. Not bad. It was just a coincidence. Of course, this game won't count. Let's start over. Okay. Ooh, bad move on my part. If you get this next one, I'm in trouble. I'm sure a minigame's not gonna start up right this moment. Yeah. Ooh, kill him. Not bad. Everything's riding on your next shot, though. How will you handle this? I'll go for a power shot. Well, let's see your skills. Ooh! I used too much force. It bounced off the cushions. And Akechi cleans house. Alright, we can let that rock. I win. That would have been a close one, though. I suppose it would have been embarrassing to lose as your senior, huh? Something seems off. Thank you. That's great news. I sense something in you that's quite different from other people. I guess you can call it my detective's intuition. Kidding, of course. Oh, my apologies. A break ace. Okay, so, Akechi, what is it? It's not taking us for a ride. It's something really specific to when you're, what is it? When you're pretending to be worse at, and pool is like the specific game that they always do this in. Oh, it's not, what is it? When you pretend to be worse at pool than you are. I can't think of it right now, but Akechi is basically doing that to us. It seems like he's testing us for some reason. Is something the matter? Oh! That is true! Aren't you left-handed? Huh.
That's not bad.
I'm honestly impressed you noticed. That's right. This one's my dominant hand. I remember because Akihiko was basically the only other left-handed Persona user. I switched hands during the game. It's not anything against you. Going all out against the junior just seems a bit gauche. But I confess you've surprised me. I'm rather dexterous with my right hand. I can even use chopsticks with it. Frankly, I didn't expect you to see through it. No holding back next time. Interesting. It's a nice idea. I'd like to try a match where I don't have to hold anything back. In any case, you truly are interesting. You never cease to amaze me. Or to intrigue me. I can sense Akechi's appreciation. sleuthing instinct. Chance to reveal one enemy affinity at the start of battle.
All right.
Okay, so that's going to be really useful. If you ever manage to win against me using my right hand, then I will face you with everything I have. You have my word.
Goodbye, then.
Okay, then. I didn't even notice. Hey, thanks for coming along today. Our little game turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Barely anyone notices when I don't use my dominant hand. I can only commend your powers of observation. I think you'd be an interesting influence on me. If you're so inclined, we could go out again sometime. Sure. Thanks. I'm honored. Okay, I guess I should have said as rivals, because we got no notes off of that. Well, I suppose I'll reach out the next time something comes up. See ya. Okay, hanging out with Akachi. That is a welcome addition. I have a question regarding that red light district issue. Remember how I told you I wanted to go there? Well, how does today sound? I'm unfamiliar with the area, so I was hoping you would be able to guide me around. Can you make time for it? I'm eating now. Maybe I should respond later.
Yo.
I'm gonna be opening shop soon, so I'll need you to do the dishes once you're done with that. Alright, well.
Hey!
I guess we can respond once the dishes are done. And make sure you thank the chief for breakfast, okay? But curry and coffee for breakfast? I mean, I wouldn't be ungrateful or anything, but...
Well then.
That reminds me, the home shopping program is airing today. You want to check the TV? So first things first, we'll check to see if there's anything good on. Dark power set. 1 black rock or 2 black rocks and 1 black robe. Cursed tools set. 5-inch nail and 10 straw dolls. I think a 5-inch nail is for Mudos and straw dolls are for Hamas.
Hey!
Let's go. Holy crap. These are like 10 times as expensive. They might get us out of jams, though. Alright, well. We've gone ahead and pulled the trigger on that, so they've both sold out. Alright.
Well then.
And with that, before we reply to Makoto, let's hit up that... I definitely scrolled right past the airsoft shop like an idiot, but we're here now. And then I want to shop.
Yo.
And then we want to sell. We've got nothing to sell. We already sold the things?
It's really hot outside. Makes me want to blast a big bore.
I guess we can sell Makoto's brass knuckles.
You should be grateful.
We
Go
are.
again.
Alright. And our bond's gonna grow stronger soon, so let's go. Wait. And we've got a priestess persona, right? No. No, we don't. We might end up just having to delete Phoenix. And then just work something else out. Yeah, and they're only available during the evening, so that's fine. It's not looking too golden, but it is a good thing that we checked. Alright, so let's get to itemization.
Inmate, they will be reborn anew.
Heaven sent dress. And we can also do the same for... We need everything here. Though we're probably not going to need Principality for another while.
I
guess it'll give you some protection.
Alright.
This may prove somewhat extreme.
Yeah. Not our first time seeing that. Well, I'm fairly certain I skipped it last time too, but that'll be fine. Alright, now...
You change your mind? You'd like to read the compendium?
Yes.
Read here.
We need something from the priestess, which is way on the other side of the thing. We're not going to be getting Isis back out.
This is your power. Such rudeness. Done already?
Alright, and then we can go back.
No slacking off.
Though, we probably... I guess when we get to the next palace, we'll definitely spend a little bit of time getting the next challenge battle done. Alright, let's go right away. Thank you. Well then, let's meet up in Shinjuku. Oh, and make sure you come dressed in normal clothes, okay? Alright, so let's see how this is gonna go. There's so many people here. I guess this really is the biggest red light district in Asia, huh? Apparently, this place was a hotbed for criminals and illegal immigrants before they installed surveillance cameras. I heard there were quite a few brothels as well. You're very well informed.
Yes.
Well, I heard a great deal about it from my father. This is the first time I've actually been here myself, though. Regardless, it's become far safer now than it used to be. Of course, the surveillance cameras played a substantial role in that. But it was mainly thanks to the police efforts to clean up the area.
But...
Even so, there's no way to eradicate crime entirely. It seems the operations nowadays are only better hidden.
Shall we go?
Seeing is believing, yes. Come on, let's have a look around. Well, I guess it is a Sunday evening, or Sunday during the daytime. We might catch whoever we want out. At Makoto's request, we walked separately through Shinjuku. Countless men tried to start conversations with her. Did we lose him? That guy was so persistent.
Oh my.
He must have been a scout for a hostess club. He mentioned how his girls get paid a lot to wear cute dresses. All I wanted was to ask if any Shujin students worked there, but he nearly dragged me inside with him. If you hadn't been there to rescue me, that was dangerous.
Yes.
For him, maybe. I thought I was going to have to knock him out. I'm glad nobody had to get hurt, though. Makoto, she was ready, dude. Her knuckles are primed. I guess that's how they do it. I've learned something new today. But we didn't
Thank you very much.
We didn't get our mark, though. It seems you have a knack for helping me out. I hope I can do the same for you someday. I can sense a quiet resolve for Makoto. Rank 2 on the priestess.
All right.
That aside, even though this is a shopping district, there are absolutely no students around here. And definitely no Shujin students, though I guess they wouldn't come in uniform either way. Well then. Ooh, what do you notice? And just like that. What does that say? Shinsu? I don't know what Shinsu is supposed to mean. That was...
Did you notice this?
I used to be in the same class as her. But why is she here? The after-school salon? What kind of place is that? I'm not sure, but it seems suspicious. I'll have to ask her about it. Oh, and I'd like you to be there too as my witness. Would that be okay? Go ahead and take a look into this. We've spent quite a bit of time here. Let's head back to the station.
All right then.
Thank you for today. So we're gonna confront her about it in rank 3. Okay. We got lucky even having her show up right when she did. Hey, I wanted to thank you again for tagging along today. that was the first time I've ever had to deal with a barker. I didn't know they could be that persistent. Today was exhausting, but I also learned a lot. I guess nothing beats practical experience. Couldn't agree more. Honestly, I've realized I can't solve these problems on my own. I took what happened today to make that clear. I also plan on looking into that Shujin student we saw there. It'd be great if you can help me with that sometime. For now, see you later. Alright, cool. Nice to see that things are going pretty well with Makoto. And then we're at 21%. Someone my friend knows got blackmailed. Did someone really get kidnapped? Seriously? That's horrible. Apparently, you can never shake him off. They said it's hell. I hear they get really aggressive. So it looks like Kaneshiro's boys are still out and about, even if he himself is not.
Back.
Hey!
I bet that drunk journalist is drinking the night away in Shinjuku again. We're not gonna worry about her. And then An is up for hanging out. I'm sorry, An, but we gotta go to the Velvet Room and hang out with the twins.
What are you gonna do today?
Now,
Okay, so they're gonna say the same stuff. Yep.
What'll you do? Let's go, inmate.
So you do have an idea of where it is. Then today, you're getting a special training regimen.
guide me, inmate.
If you don't keep up the pace, you will die. Now, take us there at once. So they're gonna go ahead and get swole really quickly.
Oh my.
So this is a training area. This is what you use to train? It's rather different from how I imagined it. Indeed, I imagine the equipment here is having more spikes and chains. Hey, inmate! What's that? It's for upper body workouts. Is that so? Then let us see it in action. Not gonna spot us? This is dangerous, dude. Aha! By lifting the weight, you strengthen your arm and chest muscles. But that isn't nearly enough for a real workout. You should increase the weight. We will assist you with that. Well, now you can train to your heart's content. Don't play with the equipment. We're deadly serious right now. I'm insulted you would think otherwise. Well, it appears we found the limit for your pathetic arms. Now, what's that over there? Another body training device? Demonstrate its use for us. Oh, okay, cool. Much lower impact. Oh, I see. You run on it to improve your stamina and strengthen your legs.
Marvelous.
What a fascinating contraption. Perhaps we should bring one to our room? We could force the imprisoned personas to run on it. Not a bad idea. By the way, what does this button do? Well, yep. Well, out of breath already? You still have quite a ways to go.
Okay.
All right, on to the next one. What is this bizarre object? Is that yet another tool for training? Hey, you interested in the wooden dummy? Normally I'd say it's not for beginners, but I did just see you really sweating it out, so... Here, I'll show you how to use it. Oh,
Hey, inmate.
we're not looking too good up there, but it's the effort that counts, right? Your footwork's sloppy, inmate.
Inmate.
Focus more clearly. Concentrate the power in your strikes. Yeah. Was that really all? You couldn't even defeat a stationary wooden post. Were we to try it, it would be obliterated almost immediately. I was holding back. So you were holding back, so as not to destroy it. I see. If the purpose is to simply polish your technique, then there's no reason to destroy it. Yeah, that's exactly what was going on. As far as physical training goes, this place leaves much to be desired. But it is admittedly sufficient for your rehabilitation. Here is your reward. Apt pupil. That's a single target critical up, but counter should be much more useful. It's been said that a sound mind requires a healthy body.
Don't complain.
This has been yet another step towards your rehabilitation. Keep training yourself just as diligently, inmate. I escorted the twins back to the Velvet Room. And so it looks like we had a backlog of 2 hangouts. Hopefully, well, if there's a third, then we'll squeeze it in.
Whew.
I made it on time.
I made it on time.
Oh.
I suppose I'm still safe if you're here.
Yes, yes indeed.
I can't be late today, too.
Oh, you've got a lateness problem, Akashi? That's interesting. You seem busy.
Well, I don't deny it. I have much more work in television because of the Phantom Thieves.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
I have permission from my school, but it's still tough to do both. I can't keep complaining. Well, let's both do our best today.
Will do, Goto, my man, will do. He has such an, I'll just say this the one time, he has such an ugly first name.
So sorry.
It's so gross and humid, even though it's the end of June. Oh yeah, in Japan, when the rainy season ends, we say that it opens. But in English, it's more common to hear people say that the rainy season comes to a close. Be careful. Expressions for the weather are totally different depending on what country you're in. Now then, Mr. Hibiya.
How about you?
Which of these animals is involved in an English idiom about the weather, cats and dogs?
This is it.
Good.
That's right, raining cats and dogs. Raining cats and dogs means it's pouring rain. The strongest theory for its origin is that the sound of rain resembles that of dogs and cats fighting. Some other European languages describe bad weather as dog's weather too.
No way.
Hey, did you get that question? I wasn't even close. Maybe he actually is smart. I'm kind of surprised. Oh shoot, the teacher's glaring at us.
Nice going.
A little bit more knowledge for our efforts. Additionally, in Norwegian they say it's raining witches, and in Polish they say it's raining frogs. Each country has its own way of describing heavy rain, and its own metaphorical substitute falling from the sky. Oh yeah, over here they say that when a cat washes its face, it rains. I wash my face every day because I like being clean, and that's not true at all. Oh, but I'm not a cat, of course. Of course, Morgana, of course. And now... Alright, so we got her, which is over. Hers is still open. We've also got Maruki. Let's hit up Kanda. Cost us $240 to go there, but... Ooh. We spent $240 for no reason. Nice, nice. What is this room? Is it some kind of storage area? Welcome, Lost Lamb. Oh, I forget. Yes. Just don't give us any nightmares, okay? Lambs who've strayed from their path and lost sight of their goals in life are welcome here. Simply put, I offer solace and advice to those with worries or who wish to reflect on their past. This seems like a convenient place to... Wait, did he say reflect on their past? Using the confessional. Calling friends into the confessional will cause time to pass, but they'll be able to recover a forgotten skill.
Wow.
That might be quite useful to you if you had something that you wanted to remember. Just make sure you don't offend him or make him angry by brushing off his advice. Oh, I should also mention that every Sunday we collect donations here at the church. We have a modest reward prepared, so please come visit if you are interested. Alright, well. We've got quite a few people willing to hang out. What we're going to do is hit up Station Square. Alright, Todanosuke's not here. We have so much stuff that we can do. Takemi will rank up. Yusuke will rank up. Yusuke's more important currently. Go ahead and see what he's up to. He is... This is great. Where the heck is...
I was wondering about that.
Okay, he's down here somewhere. There he... Okay, just had to look for the blue card icon. All we have to do now is wait. What a nerve-wracking time.
By the way...
Meanwhile, I'm here to observe the public in an attempt to refresh my mind. Do you need something? I came to see you. I would like to speak with you about the painting I developed in Mementos. Do you have time? Satanta, and our bond's gonna grow stronger. Let's hang out with Yusuke. I hope you do not find it too disturbing. Wait for me at LeBlanc. I will bring the painting over there. Yes.
Please hear me out.
Koza, this is the completed form of my draft earlier. I really like this painting. Wouldn't sleep in the same room as it, but I do like looking at it. I would like your honest opinion, if you would. It's enigmatic.
Yes.
As it should be. I do not paint for the sake of others' comprehension. Regardless, this is how I choose to interpret the idea of desire. Something incomprehensible? It is the foul charm held deep within the abyss of the heart. To be honest, I believe my ability to capture desire so elegantly is all due to our Mementos foray. I have grown to understand the intricacies of the heart in a way I had once thought impossible.
To tell the truth,
I intend on submitting this piece to an upcoming public art exhibition. Nobody has seen the abyss of the heart in such a raw manner before. The discourse will be fascinating. More importantly, it shall be the spark that revitalizes my slumbering art career. I can't wait. Indeed, I expect you to accompany me for the moment it is finally revealed to the general public. I'm sure this will be a most sensational experience for those who opt to undergo it. A raw, unbridled look into the depths of the human psyche. And I was the one who was able to bring it to life. All thanks to your assistance.
thank you.
You have my sincerest gratitude. I feel like my bond with Yusuke is growing deeper. And rank 2.
Alright.
Stronger and stronger every day. I deeply anticipate the public reaction at the exhibition. But for now, I should be going. My apologies for disturbing you.
See you.
I saw Yusuke off to the station. So also that we could have that walk back, talk back scene. I want to thank you again for earlier. Getting a raw, unfiltered opinion was invaluable. I was even able to come up with a new interpretation thanks to your help. I'm on a roll right now. I shall keep up this momentum and apply it to the Phantom Thieves as well. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, leave it to me. Your presence stimulates my senses. I look forward to seeing what other inspirations may come. I can hardly wait to hear back about the public exhibition so I can share the joy with you. I will contact you again later. Expect good news. from here.
Rain, huh?
I'm so sick of how few customers I get during the rainy season.
Hey!
According to Yusuke's info, there's a famous shogi player in Kanda, right? If we have time, why don't we go meet them?
Yo.
Another box came for you. Yes, please.
Hey! Oh!
Must be what you ordered off the TV. Yep. And Sojiro is also cool to hang out. But we're about to start up our star confidant. Right over here.
Hey, hey!
That girl's playing shogi. Maybe she's Hifumi Togo, the one Yusuke mentioned. Why don't you go ask her? Togo-san? You have the wrong person. But she's the only weirdo who plays shogi at a church. She's a famous shogi player, so maybe you need a certain level of charm to interest her. Oh, crap! Alright, well, you guys know what we're about to do. We're about to grind the crap out of charm. Day in and day out till we hit suave.
What do you want to do?
Let's go in. To the exclusion of... Oh, but helping out Sojiro also pumps our charm, right? It's a bit too hot. Get out before we're lightheaded.
What's up?
Alright. We gotta work at it for Hifumi. Every single night.
Hey, hey!
Though I guess hanging out with Sojiro in lieu of that wouldn't be bad either. Hey, there's this article making the rounds online. It's called Confessions of Boy M, a tell-all on the Kamoshida abuse scandal. That's gotta be Mishima, right? I read it. It all sounds so horrible. It's no wonder they consider the Phantom Thieves heroes. Kinda hard to bag on the Phantom Thieves after reading that. You're right. In fact, you might call them superheroes. That journalist's articles sure are making a big splash. It might be the perfect way to get the Phantom Thieves' name out there. We should take advantage of this. Get our name out there.
Man...
I want the Phantom Thieves to be famous for more than just my own selfish reasons. The bigger our name is, the more our targets will hear talk of us. Remember that reporter? If we give her the right intel, her articles could make a real difference for us in the metaverse.
Okay.
Let's go back to that bar in Shinjuku and get her to write more stuff about us.
Good morning.
Ooh, Kasumi! Good morning, Hibiya-senpai. It's nice that the rain stopped. It would be even nicer if the sky would clear, though. But there's gotta be some kind of... I forget what the bonuses are for going into the bathhouse, like when we get bonus stuff. Maybe that guts bonus was because it was raining. Hey, shouldn't you tell the others about that target and mementos? Alright, and so she's cool to hang out, but we're not gonna. We're gonna double up on the bathhouse. Is there a way we can up our... improve our proficiency? Improve our guts. Knowledge. Alright, so we've got no way to pump our... Unless there's a movie that we could see. Maybe there's a charm boosting movie on.
What?
Alright, yep. They're still showing that months and months later, but I guess... Okay, well that does make sense, but still. We can also check out... Okay, cool. So we got both of them for right now. Oh, we forgot to get that stuff at Kichijoji again. Well, I guess speaking of Kichijoji...
I'll just add this.
We can drop ourselves a save here. And then we can invite everybody there. Since now we've got everybody's confidants started. There we go. Darts and billiards. Got minus 200.
Welcome! What do you play?
Let's play darts.
What do you want to do?
Let's call someone. We've already maxed him out. Let's go for Makoto next.
Hey, hey!
Might as well try calling up some other people, the more the merrier. Go ahead and get everybody here. But Makoto more so. Okay, we didn't invite Ryuji. Okay then, let's begin our team game.
Hey!
Can we go first? I'd like to test this technique I've thought up. As for the rules, let's try 301. It's best to start with the basics, no?
Let's do this.
As long as you stay calm, you should be fine. Alright.
Alright then.
We want big numbers. High out. Finish the game when your score is over 100. Gotcha.
Yes!
And then what is it? Triple with the 60.
You're right.
Wait, what? Oh, right. Whoops. Alright, well. Nice. Get some, dude.
Went really well.
Alright, Makoto, we leave it in your capable hands.
All right.
It's my turn. Now, if I just do it like the simulations,
I'll give it a try.
you should be able to smash this, Makoto. Ooh. Alright.
Calm down.
It's already round 3. Make sure to stay focused.
I'll leave it to you.
Okay, we got this. First up. Got the 60. And then we got a nice 17. Right there, buddy.
Incredible.
We did it. We make an excellent pair, don't we?
Yes, I feel great.
Damage up and HP recovery.
Very well.
All right, I shall go next. Let us dance with darts. Let's do it. As for the rules, let us go with 301. Everything starts with the basics. I guess Ryuji didn't come because he's already maxed, and so it begins. There is no need to get worked up. Go with the natural approach. We're gonna get a smooth 180.
Indeed.
That's the first
How
one.
could this be?
That's the second
Nicely
one.
done.
That's the third one. What'd I say? High ton, 3 in a bed. Bring it on, baby. Wouldn't be nearly that good in real life, but hey. My turn. I revel in this feeling of tension.
It's my turn.
We can't give him pointers so we can knock this out of the park second round? Okay. Why not?
I see.
It's round 3. Time certainly flies when you're having fun.
Take it
We
from
can
here.
get it in a one and done. We need, what is it, 17. We need a triple on the 17 and we got this. Or a triple on the 18 and we got this. So got this we shall. How about I not get fancy with it? Alright, well. I actually really, really like this minigame.
It's beautiful.
A perfect 0 and a perfect success. The goddess of victory has smiled upon us.
Not bad.
Damage and HP recovery up.
This is good.
That was some crazy skill. And we got a little bit ranked with everybody. Nope, proficiency. Performing well, like pulling off a hat trick or high ton, will increase your proficiency at the end of the darts game. Tired from all that practice or precise throwing? I can tell you've grown somewhat, though. I was hoping for some
That
charm.
was time well spent.
The sensation of throwing darts. I don't dislike it.
That should do it for now.
We can train up and have fun at the same time. This is a pretty handy place.
See you later.
Alright, so we're probably going to be doing that again.
Ah, you're back.
Hey,
That popular fortune teller must be the same one that predicted horrible misfortune for Ryuji, right? She must have some kind of trick. Maybe we should check it out. We will do that. Well, let's save. Just to make sure that we don't lose all that proficiency bonus that we got. And we don't have a Hierophant, do we? We sure don't. No, we got Anzu. Nice, nice.
You got time right now?
Yeah. And our bond's not going to deepen just yet.
Next time, then.
Sorry, we got... Well... we gotta do it. We gotta rank up our charm because it's not just Hifumi. Where the heck was... the bath at? It's like here. It's like super hidden.
what do you want to do?
500, go ahead and get refreshed. And then we're going to do the exact same thing tomorrow because there's no reason not to have this maxed out for everybody. The temperature is just right. Okay. So it's only when that old man is at it when it's raining or something.
Want to head back?
The charm is slow going. We'll probably bank on... I thought I was going to be late. Bank on helping out Sojiro. Customers were bickering in the convenience store this morning. A young woman wearing all-brand clothing and an older man with gold accessories were arguing. Both were on their high horse, and even though they dressed fancily, it felt nouveau riche. Speaking of, the Japanese words for high horse and nouveau riche both originated as shogi terms. A lot of people aren't familiar with shogi, but it's good to know a little bit about it. So, Hibiya-kun, have you seen this piece before?
Do you know the answer?
No. I have no idea what that says or what this means or anything. You can king... I do think you can king pieces in shogi, though, can't you?
That's incorrect.
I don't know. The back of a knight piece has the kanji for gold on it, so that said kinshi on it then. The lance and the silver general also have the kanji for gold on the back. By the way, it said that the toe on the back of the pawn piece is a cursive form of gold. I can't read any of that. I don't... okay. In shogi, you can choose to promote your pieces under certain conditions. If a knight crosses into enemy territory, for instance, they can promote, becoming as mobile as a gold general. A weak piece like a pawn can become gold if you get it to the enemy's camp, hence, nouveau riche. I knew he wouldn't get it right. Duh, I mean, he's... Okay. This makes... I guess it makes more sense because a Japanese high schooler probably know about shogi. By the way, nouveau riche like to wear expensive clothes because of a desire to be acknowledged. Once humans fulfill the basic needs of clothing, food, and shelter, our next desire is recognition. She's talking about Kaneshiro now. That's why people try to make themselves seem bigger by flaunting their power through money. Making yourself seem bigger reminds me of a frilled lizard. Yeah, we were boned on that one.
Hey!
Alright, and then who wants to hang out? Okay, Kasumi we're not going to be turning away. And of course, we got rid of our Faith Confidant. Our Faith Persona, rather. So we need to hit up the Velvet Room. We're basically going to be switching out Personas.
Hey, inmate!
We have 10 slots are not enough. We're hamstrung by these. What we're going to do...
The inmate.
Some modification, huh?
We can get rid of Suiki. Let's see if we can fuse it into something.
Needs our let's execution.
We can make Sandman. But we don't need Sandman. We're not gonna do that.
Can you gather them up?
We can make Tam Lin. If I pulled the non-sheet out.
Now choose.
Alright. We're going to
They
itemize.
will be reborn anew.
A skill card, huh?
Behold, it's
Yeah.
new into a new form.
And in order for us to be able to like fuse any of those things up, we have to have like at least 3 empty spaces. Basically like it's pulling it out of our thing.
Let's gather them.
You okay with this?
No, I'm wrong, thankfully. Let's do it.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Draining Mouth. Doubles effect of drain type skills and passive. We don't even have anything like that. Let's do Skillful Combo. Sayo. Ray, Garu. Nagi.
It will receive a fraction of then let us begin.
So this, Tam Lin, we're not about to get rid of because this thing was too expensive. I am the fairy knight Tam Lin. Beckon me when you need my assistance. I shall cut you a path. And it's gonna receive a tiny bit of XP. Oh, one sharp student. Nice. Efficient Executioner. Alright, Tam Lin, we're going to hang on to you, buddy.
Already? What?
Yes, let's go back.
It is time.
Now we can
inmate.
hang out with our Kohai. Greetings, Senpai. I was just thinking of inviting you out. Do you have time right now? Maybe we could meet up in Kichijoji? What's the plan? Are you going to see Yoshizawa? Let's go at once. No mention of our Tam Lin? Thank you so much. I'll be waiting. Didn't bring up Tam Lin at all, but we still have it. Okay, cool. So she hangs out in Kichijoji then.
Hello.
It's gotten so hot lately, hasn't it? But I've got a meet coming, so I can't lose steam now. If you have time, would you like to do some stretches with me? I feel I can become closer with Kasumi thanks to the Faith Persona Tam Lin. I don't think my bond with Kasumi will deepen just yet. That's fine. So are you going to spend time with Yoshizawa? Yeah, let's hang out with her.
What do you want to do?
let's hang out.
Yes.
That would be great. I think it'd help us both de-stress a little. Why can't we pick? Oh, I guess if Inokashira Park is the only place we can go. Never mind. Alright, so let's talk then.
What do you want to do? Shall we go?
Because I don't take her for the fishing type, so. Whoa! Kasumi seems to be having fun. After practicing with Kasumi, we talked about gymnastics. I feel like my bond with Kasumi will grow stronger soon. So the next time she invites us to hang out, we'll be good to go. And she should call us for a second opportunity. Or that might only be for when we... Nope. I guess that's only for when we actually hang out. Oh, no. Yep. Yamauchi said he's gonna go drinking at that Monja restaurant. You'll go with me to help investigate undercover, right? I feel like I can become closer. Yeah, let's go with Ryuji. Alright, I'm counting on you. We're definitely kind of just going with the flow at this point, but Tsukishima, alright? A waterfront district surrounded by canals famous for its monjayaki. Nostalgic Japanese flamer, Tsukishima's favorite or famous monjayaki will remind you of the good old days.
All right.
You now have new information on a new hangout spot, Tsukishima Monja. Alright, monjayaki. You can also invite people who may enjoy eating monjayaki to hang out with you there. Alright, well if this had happened, then Kasumi probably enjoys monjayaki. That teacher who's with him has shit on me too. Sorry, but I'm gonna stay holed up in the bathroom. Please, just leave your phone on so I can hear what they're saying. Wow, you can really hold your liquor, Yamauchi. I've had some experience. Back in my college days, we'd rent a yacht for the weekend and have massive parties. Oh, he's one of those douchebags. I must say though, the sake's been tasting particularly sweet lately. No surprise there. Things have been much calmer without Kamoshida. Those were some real dark times for Shujin though, huh? But now that he's gone, you finally get the chance you deserve, Yamauchi. Don't flatter me. He had his strengths, sure, but because of him, our volleyball team will be forever scarred. The only real option now is to abandon it completely. There has to be a way to bring Shujin back into the limelight, though. That's where I come in. You mean with the track team, right? The students who went through so much hardship under Kamoshida rise again with a caring new instructor. It'll be the rebirth of a team that found themselves in the depths of despair. The public will love it. Despite my lack of track and field knowledge, I'll form a tight bond with the students. I'll be the protagonist of my very own tearjerker. And of course, all the praise for reviving them will go to me, their invincible, loving advisor. I'll have to hire a great coach if I want to pull this off, though. So you're gonna pretend to coach them while someone else does all the legwork? Amazing, Yamauchi! Such stunning achievements will look great when it's time to hand out bonuses. But I'm not gonna stop there either. I'll publish books, give motivational speeches. What about all the troublemakers on the team? I've heard that Nakaoka kid is especially bad. Nakaoka? Oh, you mean the one who asked him to bring the pre-Kamoshida coach back? Don't worry, I've already taken care of him. So he's the one who spread that rumor about Nakaoka. There's this other boy on the team, Takeshi. Doesn't really excel in much of anything. Well, I said I would make him the new captain if he could get rid of that troublemaker Nakaoka, and Takeshi's in on it. I might have mentioned something about how Nakaoka was working with Kamoshida too. Subtly, of course. And what ended up happening? Apparently, Takeshi chased him away. The plan worked perfectly. And the best part is, not only are Takeshi's parents loaded, but his mother's the president of the PTA. I see. He'd make a great pawn. Perhaps. But a nothing like him could never captain a successful championship-winning team. He may have to have an unfortunate accident at practice one day. This guy, dude, he's just being so evil out in the open. But until then, he can show the others the value of obedience. You're incredible.
Damn it.
That effing asshole! If we don't do something quick, Yamauchi's gonna get rid of Takeshi too! God damn it! Let's talk to Takeshi. Yeah, this ain't our problem, it's the track teams. So, they're just gonna have to decide on their own.
Hey.
You know, track ain't a team sport, at least sprinting wasn't. You've got teammates, sure, but you're really just looking out for your own time. That's why I never thought about asking people for other help or trying to solve our problems together.
And again,
I can't ignore the stuff they're going through now. I mean, even though we had our own goals and shit, we were still running together. They suffered with me, gritted their teeth with me. Honestly, I think it was only because of them I was able to run at all. So I can't just go and turn my back on them now, right? I know that ain't the coolest thing to say, but it's how I feel. I think it's cool, Ryuji.
Yeah.
Huh? For real? Thanks, man. I feel like my bond with Ryuji is growing deeper. And rank 6. Or 7, actually. When encountering a weak shadow, you may destroy it immediately. Alright. So this is the one that's not super great, but we don't have to worry about this really except for mementos. Anyways, I'm starving. Let's eat some monja while we're here. So far, all I've seen of this place is the goddamn toilet. Thanks for hanging with me, man. Yeah, so that's about to color the entire rest of this playthrough, but that's fine. Good work today, man, and thanks for sticking around so late. But god damn it, Yamauchi, that dick! Just thinking about him pisses me off. At this rate, the track team's screwed. Yamauchi's just gonna take advantage of them. But I also don't want to make a huge scene. I can't let myself mess up their chance to start the team again. Besides, I doubt those guys are gonna listen to anything I say. Never know until you try. That's true. I gotta have faith in them. Anyhow, at least we know the truth about him. We just gotta figure out our next move. That bastard Yamauchi munching on Monja like he's got us all figured out. He won't get away with this. In any case, thanks again for your help today. You seriously saved me. Bye. We just had to grit our teeth and do it, but he figured what was going on surprisingly quickly.
It's so hot.
I wish the rainy season would end soon. By the way, June's almost over. We defeated Kaneshiro, so we can rest easy for a while, I guess. So, what do you want to do today? Maybe something like a trip to Mementos? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right, we have requests from the message board too. We should answer those. Well, let's meet up at the hideout after school. I'll be waiting. Well, it's sad to say, we can confirm everything, well, yeah, we'll confirm everything, but we're not actually going to go into Mementos. I might leave that for next episode. Oh yeah, we said we'd meet at the hideout.
Let's go.
Talk with everybody.
This sucks.
I wish this rainy season shit would just end soon. Alright, hold meeting. I hope Kaneshiro has a change of heart just like the others did. I suggest we head to Mementos instead of wasting time here. Furthermore, do we have any intel about people we can assist?
Listen up.
Apparently, the Phantom Thieves inspired a larceny group that steals from shops in Shibuya. On top of that, it seems their leader's been physically abusing his younger brother. We can't let these people go around trashing the Phantom Thieves' name.
I agree.
Even more so if we are being asked for help. Let us put a stop to this madness.
I'm on board.
We need to trigger a change of heart in them. There's still more.
Listen up.
This intel is on a cowardly kid who carries out atrocities using bullies under his control. He's the one behind that guy Takanashi whose heart we changed before as well. Anyway, it seems like he's been blackmailing people with videos they don't want made public.
Sure.
Let's break that bastard. It seems tough, but I think we can accomplish this if you say we can. There's still more.
Listen up.
This intel is on a sadistic student. It sounds like she's been treating a particular male student as a slave against his will. For example, she'll give him degrading orders or berate him in public. So she's acting like a dominatrix to a guy who doesn't want that. That's horrible. I think we'll need to whip her hard instead, okay?
Very well.
I will go along with this. There's still more.
Listen up.
This intel is on a heinous convenience store manager. Not only does he steal money from the register, but he gets away by blaming his part-timers for it. He probably just does whatever he wants because he owns the store.
Okay.
Even though he owns the place, it's damn clear what's right and what's wrong.
Very well.
I will go along with this.
Listen up.
Yeah, we have a lot. This intel is on an elderly man who's been harassing people at Harmony Alley in Kichijoji. He snatches people's orders, picks fights, and causes a scene by claiming he got hit and demanding money.
Come on.
The list goes on, huh? Sounds like he ain't nothing but a nuisance. I haven't actually seen him do anything, but people really seem to be fed up with him. We haven't seen any of these people in action, though. Not really. And the more people complain about him, the happier the old man gets. So his purpose in life is to harm others. His behavior will probably continue to decline if we don't intervene. I'd say changing his heart is the right course of action.
Oh, and
One more thing. Sounds like he gets severe joint pain on rainy days. I wonder why he doesn't just stay at home and behave himself if it's really that bad. So whoever it is, like, if we go in today, I'm sure his Mementos version will be severely weakened. So he still goes out and hurts people despite all the joint pain? That's intense.
sure, let's go.
Okay, let's change his heart so that he can relax already.
Yes.
I posted the calling card in Harmony Alley. I'm sure the old man's seen it by now. No objections, right?
Yep.
We're good to go if you're okay with it. That's a unanimous decision. Okay, all that's left now is to take down the target in Mementos. Which we'd be doing next time. Who wants to hang? Alright, Makoto and Yusuke. We also have Takumi. We still have to up our... Oh, is that Goro? Sure is.
Hi.
Are you on your way home? I heard rumors of a calling card, so I wanted to take a walk around Shibuya myself. If things unfold exactly as it says, the Phantom Thieves will surely gain great popularity. The ineffectiveness of the police will only drive more supporters to their side. This is not a good sign. I will have to further assert the danger inherent in their actions. Do what you want. Indeed, I will.
Anyway.
By the by, I believe something major will happen soon with the Phantom Thieves. With my current information, all I have is a hypothesis, but... Isn't that Akashi-kun? Oh, it is! I'm gonna go ask for a picture with him! My apologies. I'll surely be late to my taping if I stay here to talk with them.
Goodbye.
I hope to see you around. Okay. Hanging out here totally randomly. Alright, we'll hang out with... They're both rank 2, aren't they? Yeah, rank 2. Rank 2. Alright, we'll go for Makoto. What are you doing today, Kose-kun? I just finished up some student council work. I've had a lot on my mind and can't really concentrate. Let me know if anything comes up. I'll be at school for a little while longer. Seems like Makoto hasn't gone home yet. Wanna go see her for a bit? Yeah, let's go right away. Alright. I'll be in front of the student council room.
Hey.
That said, all we can do now is wait until Kaneshiro's change of heart becomes clear to us. Oh, right. I wanted to ask you a favor about that student we saw in the red light district. I feel I can become closer with thanks to Apsaris, and our bond's gonna grow stronger soon.
Thank you.
It will be nice to have you there when I talk to her, and then we can hang out with Yusuke tomorrow and on the day after. Wait for me in the student council room. I'll call her in, and then we can grind up our charm every single night until we can hang out with Hifumi.
Excuse me.
Eiko Takao-san, you've been spending time in the red light district lately, haven't you? Both myself and Koza-kun here saw you there. Based on what you were wearing, or based on where you were heading, we assume you're working at a store called the After School Salon. How is it working there? Or how is it working there? What do you mean? It's just a normal cafe. They make me wear a costume and stuff, but that's it. Oh, and I don't have to do anything weird, if you know what I mean. It's all totally legal. So you're sure nothing strange is going on? Yep. The worst I get is some weird old guys gawking at me.
I see.
Beyond that, though, why are you working there? How's your financial situation? Fine. I mean, I can just ask my parents for cash whenever I want. Oh, I see. But they totally bug me about what I'm buying if I did that. That's why I work at the salon. I get some good spending money, plus the guys who come in there like mega pamper me. Mega pamper? It's nice having people treat you like you're special, you know? I'm sure a super honor student like you gets that all the time, though. Anyways, are you gonna tell on me? You even brought a witness today. Hold up, doesn't that mean you two are in Shinjuku together? What's up with that, Miss Prez? So what if we were together? Hey, don't say things that could be taken the wrong way. That was wrong. It was simply an errand I asked him to accompany me on. That's it. At any rate, don't mind him. As for you, I don't plan on telling anyone. Oh, I get it. So we're like protecting each other's secrets. Oh crap, I just realized your boyfriend's that rumored criminal. You're a real badass, Miss Prez.
Well,
I told you that's not how it is. I was just worried you were getting wrapped up in some shady business, so I asked him here for support. Whatever. By the way, I was wondering, is that a Buchimaru-kun pencil case? You know Buchimaru-kun? I had like tons of Buchi stuff back when I was a kid. What a blast from the past. Wait, why is it so beat up? Well, it was given to me when I was still in elementary school. I'd like to buy a new one, but they've stopped selling Buchimaru-kun merchandise. OMG, this is too hilarious! The student council president has an adorable pencil case? My image of you has done like a complete 360 today. Isn't that a full circle? I don't know. I'm just real surprised. You don't look like the kind of person who'd be into that stuff. I mean, I always thought you were kind of like a robot, but I guess I just have to get to know you better. Hey, why don't we trade phone numbers? I really want to talk to you more about Buchimaru-kun and your boyfriend. Okay. Well, in a really roundabout way, Makoto made a friend. Wait, he's not my boyfriend. And saved. Oh crap, it's this late already? I've got to get to work. I'll send you tons of pics of my Buchimaru-kun collection later though. Bye-bye. Well, she totally took direction of that. She was all over the place. Honestly though, I'm in shock. She thought I was a robot. Don't let it get to you. I won't. I'm aware of how one could perceive me that way. You know, I believe what Takao-san said about me is how others think as well. I thought I had changed after the incident with Kaneshiro, but perhaps it wasn't enough. That aside, it was almost inspiring to meet someone so distinct from myself. I'm going to try to look at things a little differently from now on.
Well?
I think that will help me break out of my shell. I hope you're ready. I'm going to show you how useful an honor student can really be. I can sense a quiet resolve from Makoto. Yeah, we kind of flubbed that first question. Black belt talk. If negotiation with a martial arts using shadow fails, you can try again.
All right.
I'll be interested to speak with Takao-san some more now that I have her contact information. Perhaps I can correct her misconceptions about you. And as always, I'll let you know if anything important happens.
I'll see you later.
Alright, and then next up is the charm grind, and then Yusuke, but we're going to definitely stick to the plan. Even if we get to the next rank of charm, we're still going to hang out with An, get her up to rank 3. Hello? Thanks for sitting in with me today. It really did help. I got a message from Takao-san earlier. She turned out to be quite a fan of Buchimaru-kun. It was crazy to see a picture of her entire collection. She even has a bunch of Buchimaru-kun emoticons. Sounds like you two get along. Huh? Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't expect to bond over something like this, though. I'm pretty shocked, to be honest. Though I'm still a little worried about that store she works at. I'll try a little harder to get through to her about it. I might come to you for more advice later. For now, I'll let you go. I'll talk to you later. And since it's rainy, we're gonna get a little bit of guts as well out of this.
Ah, you're back.
And he wants to hang too. Let's hang with Sojiro.
Got time right now?
Our bond's not gonna deepen just yet, but we'll help him out.
All right then.
Our charm should increase. Or we should get some more points in it. Maybe there's a way to make sure Sojiro has a good time. Well, that's right, I have something Sojiro might like. Considering Sojiro, I feel like he may appreciate something useful to him. We were in the same situation last time, too. The luxury or aroma set, maybe, but... yeah, that's probably more of a Yusuke thing.
Thanks.
Jeez, dude. He's being so stingy with the ranks, and we didn't get any charm with him. So we'll read... let's read... Megjed Menace. Good or evil, the threat of Megjed can be felt all over the world.
What are your thoughts?
There's danger afoot in the internet world too, it seems. Yeah, seems like...
Hey!
We didn't finish it. Yeah. As per usual, always an efficient use of our time. And now we finally arrived at school. I skipped breakfast, so now I'm hungry. I want something filling, but with summer coming up, I'm worried about having too many calories. Why don't we get some tea? The diner in Shibuya serves fruit tea. It smells good, it's great for your skin, and it totally increases your charm. Oh, okay, cool. Fruit tea? What a cute name! Sounds yummy. Being stylish starts from the inside out after all, Guess I'll try some.
Wow.
Fruit tea, huh? Sounds like a hip drink that's real popular with the ladies. You want to try some? Sounds delicious.
Nice.
No rule against dudes drinking it. If it tastes good and makes you more stylish, might as well, right? It might be a good idea to boost your charm by drinking fruit tea whenever you're at the diner.
Good morning.
What are you looking at? Let's get going. We're going to be late if we don't hurry. So we definitely want to get to gorging on fruit tea at the diner.
Well, shall we begin?
Open your textbooks. Today we'll be talking about the Three Kingdoms period. A variety of heroes battling for dominance. Truly an epic time. Charismatic rulers and warlords with the command of 1,000 men may have their own appeal. But personally, I think that the strategists who supported them can't be ignored. Now then, maybe a good. In the book, Zhu Liang of Shu was famous for his exploits during the Battle of Red Cliffs. He's also the inventor of the Baoji, a kind of round dumpling. but their original name was based on their appearance.
What is the answer?
What is the meaning of the original Chinese phrase that these dumplings' name came from? It's either Barbarian's Head or Warrior's Fist. Maybe it's Warrior's... I have no idea. I'd be randomly guessing. I know, like, well, when I think of Chinese dumplings, I think of a particular shape. Like a dollop type shape. Maybe Warlord's Eye? Nope.
I'm afraid not.
The original name, Monto, came from a phrase meaning a barbarian's head. At the time, one region's barbarians would use a person's head as an offering to soothe the deity of a flooding river. But Zhu Liang made a Baoji in the shape of a head as a substitute. I guess he doesn't study after all. We should stay away from him. These days, you can find Baoji with cute faces on them. If you think about their origin, it's not too off the mark.
Yep.
I never knew strategists came up with cooking and not just strategies. Makoto's our strategist. Want to see what she can cook up? Hifumi! We want to see what Hifumi can cook up. Yeah, we're definitely screwing the pooch on these questions, but I just don't know that stuff. Alright. Do we want to go reform society? I mean, of course the answer is yes. Maruki. On. Takumi. Alright, well, it looks like On is available, but not. There she is.
We'll just have to wait for now.
The suspense is seriously killing me. I started training, so you should totally help me out if you have the time. I'm in Uzume, and our bond's gonna grow stronger. Yeah, let's hang out.
Yes!
Let's go! The best way to get to Inokashira Park is by the train, right? Go ahead and see what modeling training she's got. Man, big open spaces like this are great! I think my training's going to go super good today. So, remember how I said before that I want to strengthen my heart? Well, I came up with a way to do it. How's that? Oh, you're amazing. I got this. I think having a strong heart means you don't let anything get under your skin. So basically, I want you to say stuff to me and I'll try not to get fazed by it. What kinds of stuff? We've already started. I won't let that hesitation shake me. I guess I should say something to On. Come on, hit me with your best shot. You're an airhead. Yeah, and? That response was annoying. What else? Can we stop yet? You're giving up? That means I win! Is this how the game is supposed to go? Oh well, on to round 2!
Yes!
Bring it on! I don't know what to pick! This won't help your heart. You know, I kind of feel like this won't make our personas stronger. You're right. Something's not right.
Sorry.
I just got an email from my agency. The next shoot is really far. Wait, what's this at the end? It's a notice saying to pay extra attention to the time and place they tell you. Apparently, some models haven't been showing up at all lately. Then, when asked why they didn't come, the models all say they heard there was a change in schedule. It sounds like shoots have been real hectic with all the scrambling they've had to do for substitutes. Has that happened to you? No, I haven't missed a single shoot so far. It probably really confuses the staff to see a sub showing up too. Hopefully it doesn't happen to me. Though, actually, my first modeling gig was as a sub. That was back when I was still in Finland. My parents didn't have enough models for their event. Oh, haven't I told you? My parents are both fashion designers who put on some seriously extravagant shows. They jump from country to country, so I only really see them for half of the year. Maybe less these days. Are you lonely? I'm used to it by now. It was rough when I was little, though. It was just me and our living caretaker. I didn't really have any friends. Wow, that got dark fast.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I'm modeling, it almost feels like I'm connecting with my parents somehow. It's a nice hobby to have, but I don't think I want to make a living out of it. After all, that's where Kamoshida first spotted me, and that's how our class started those rumors. Besides, the Phantom Thieves are more important to me right now. Nobody can be my substitute there.
Yes!
That's why I need to get stronger. I sense a heightened motivation from On. Most excellent. Okay, chance to perform a follow-up attack.
All right.
That's going to be very helpful.
Oh yeah!
When I was little, I used to watch this anime where the main villain was this female thief. She'd lose to the hero every time, but I always thought she was cool. She wasn't really a good person per se, but she was beautiful, strong, sincere, and even sexy. She always said whatever she wanted and did whatever she wanted. She knew what justice was for her. I wanted to grow up to be just like her someday. I hope I'm getting closer now, if only just a little bit.
Bye!
Well, see you later. So we're gonna have to leave Yusuke for tomorrow. Hey, it's me! Thanks for coming with me today. So after we met up, I tried doing some runway walks on the way home, like how a cool, sexy woman would walk. Then some girl who was watching me nearby started to copy me and runway walked with me, and runway walked with me. She had to have seen me, right? Do you think she thought I was cool? Could be. It's almost enough to make me blush, kind of. To be honest, I feel kind of bad for her. She has no idea that the real me is a human disaster. I guess I still got a long way to go, but I'm not giving up. I made a decision that I'm going to get stronger, so I need to overcome any obstacles. Thanks for hearing me out. Okay, bye. Gonna definitely get to...
Ah, you're back.
Hey, hey!
Hey, you've got some steady armor. Yeah. Okay, and he doesn't want to hang out anymore. Definitely should have done those in reverse order. Alright, hold on. Because it's right here. This is where we want to go.
What do you want to do?
And then, like, if we get super lucky, we can hang out with Yusuke tomorrow. Then we can clean ourselves up. And then we'll rank up our charm.
Oh.
Plus the fruity that the diner is serving. You also want to take a look at that too. We can probably... Well, they'll tell us if the diner takes up the thing, and it should. They said it was in Shibuya, didn't they?
Okay, quiet down.
I'm changing my lesson for today. Okay, yeah.
Hey!
That's the signal.
What do you want to do?
Let's read. Do you have virus protection? Introducing the newest software.
What are your thoughts?
There's danger afoot in the internet world too, it seems.
Oh!
So you finished reading Megjet Menace. They were like gentlemen thieves targeting evil corporations, but now they're just glory-seeking hackers. They're sort of like us Phantom Thieves in that nobody knows exactly who they are. That section on computer security was difficult, but I'm sure you gained some knowledge from it. Is this a rank up? Oh crap, dude, we've been killing it with the knowledge. That was great. We should thank Kawakami for this later. before we can thank Kawakami, we've got to hang out with Yusuke. It doesn't look like Yusuke. He is. Okay, cool. I did not mean to go to the Access Way hideout. He is... Yusuke's not that way. Let's just skip all the BS. Go right to the underground walkway. And then our boy is right down here and right over yonder. Yusuke, what's up, dude?
By the way.
Yeah, I came to see you. I have some news for you. My piece, Desire, has been accepted into the public exhibition. It is on display as we speak. Would you like to come see it with me? Yep. And our bond's gonna grow as well. Then let us head to the museum. To be honest, I have yet to actually go there myself. This should be quite lovely. Well, I'm gonna go take a walk while you're busy with him. Let me know when you come back. And we've unlocked yet a new place, Ueno. A district packed with cultural sites like museums, temples, and a zoo. Many famous paintings and sculptures can be seen at Ueno's art museums.
All right.
You now have a new hangout, or you now have information on a new hangout spot, Ueno Museum. You can also invite people who may enjoy art museums to hang out with you there. Basically, Yusuke.
Indeed.
In addition to the exhibition aspect of the show, there is also an evaluation portion. I believe my piece truly stands out among the sea of art here. And yet nobody has come to see it. Perhaps they are so afraid of the truth held within that they dare not take a closer look. I don't know about that one, Yusuke. What is this supposed to be? There's a dark, almost sinister aura emanating from it. The title is Desire. I see no desire here. I understand now. This area is for students. The artist likely decided to paint this on a whim. Indeed, there is neither elegance nor emotion in this piece. Come, dear, there are much more detailed paintings over there. Dang, dude, they just took a fat dump all over his painting. There is no need to worry. I am not bothered in the slightest. That was nothing more than the drivel of unrefined commoners. I didn't pay any mind to them. As long as those who are in the know understand my work, I will be happy. This is... Oh, look! A knowledgeable patron has arrived! I would like your opinion, sir. What are your thoughts on this piece? I can see quite clearly why I was accepted into the exhibition. The technique is excellent. However, the composition as a whole is mediocre at best.
What did you say?
How dare you! Ah, are you the artist? The title is listed as Desire, but that idea is quite overused. Some may even call it stale. If you want to paint an abstract work with such an old theme, you must inject some individuality into it. What? Take another look. Try to remove yourself from the artist's bias. These brushstrokes are splendid given your age, but does this painting really tell you anything? It is empty, devoid of meaning. I suggest you take a more critical eye to your work in the future if you truly want to progress as an artist. My work is empty. What a dick. No, it may be difficult to bear at times, but the beholder is entitled to their own opinion. I put my heart and soul into this piece, captured the very essence. It was supposed to lay bare the reality of the world. Perhaps he was right. It may be empty after all. These colors, these brushstrokes, they do not convey the true meaning of desire, only my conception of it. I haven't captured desire. Desire has captured me.
How could this be?
Jeez, dude. Yusuke, he's certainly someone. How could I have fooled myself into believing otherwise? It is as though I've been forsaken by the gods of art. This grave mistake shall be the end for me. Stand up. But what is going to happen to me now? Without art, what will remain of my being? You're really giving, or this isn't like you. Koza.
Agreed.
You are correct. Surrendering myself to fate after only one failure will be very much unlike me. He's back in the action. Still, being criticized by someone with such a keen eye is truly painful.
Okay.
But that is all the more reason I must break out of my slump. I must prove my ability to him. That's the spirit. I will start by painting. After that, I will paint, beyond which I shall paint even more. For that is the only way I will learn to capture the essence of emotion. After all, you can only accomplish so much in using logic to analyze the contents of the heart. I hope you will allow me to continue my skill card services as well, Koza. I shall conquer this. Yusuke seems especially motivated. And rank 3 follow-up. So now everybody can follow up.
Let us return home.
I wish to start anew. A slump, huh? Okay, so Mr. Artsy Fartsy was back and had some new opinions. Koza, I apologize for causing a scene earlier. That one gentleman's critique made me fully realize what I've been lacking. Now my path is clear. I will simply keep on drawing. I'm going to have 10 pieces finished up by the end of today. That's the spirit. If anything, I should be doing more. I'll do anything to escape this slump. With your support, I was able to pick myself up rather quickly today. I just hope this doesn't discourage you from joining me again. I will get past this. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. We'll meet again soon. And then we got another trip to the charm spa.
Ah, you're back.
Okay, yep. It's just Munahisa. We'll be fine. Down this way.
What do you want to do?
We need more charm. More and more so that we can actually hang out with Hifumi, and we should probably... Well, it's only 10, actually. It's becoming less and less useful. Oh, but tomorrow we gotta make sure that we go to Kichijoji to buy that stuff. Alright, so still... pretty good amount. Not the most we could have.
Want to head back?
Alright. And I think from here... Oh! Someone wants to invite us to hang out. Ryuji, let's go somewhere tomorrow. Well, we've been busy. We've been busy lately, so I want to be able to at least relax on Sunday. Where would be a good place to go? I know. Want to try going to the fishing pond in Ichigaya? The fishing pond, huh? Sounds fun. So are you gonna go? Are you going there with Ryuji? We did go there. I think I took him up on this previously, and we met Kawakami there, but no. Okay, well, I guess I'll just chill then. You're turning him down? Did you have plans already? No, but we just didn't want to do that. And our Sunday.
Well then.
And the home shopping program is back on. Alright, so Makoto and Tai. We're gonna go ahead and drop a save here and pick things up next time. That's all gonna be then, so definitely join me then for more Persona 5 Royal. Bye for now, guys.